Okay, so I think there's definitely improvement in my ability to learn, and ability to kind of grit through sticking points, and that is something that I definitely need to keep on improving. That ability to push through hurdles, that kind of thing. That is something I know. On a more specific note, when I'm rendering a piece, when I'm trying to finish a piece, I need to focus on the parts that aren't finished rather than going into detail on the part that is finished. I need to, get the painting as a whole, the image as a whole to a more consistent point. Then I need to start rendering it. So I just need to always be bouncing around the image, bouncing around and, making sure that no piece of part of the image is lagging behind so that I can get the whole thing done more efficiently. Even if that means, having to face some parts of the image that are going to be more difficult to take further, I make sure to not avoid them, and just let them kind of sit there and kind of procrastinate by focusing on parts of the image that I think would be easier to take further. So that's very important, just for like the kind of process side of things. In terms of faces, I was studying some faces today. And yeah, that was good, man. I learned a lot. I learned about the cheekbones and how they connect to the brow and all that kind of stuff. I learned about perspective and how to place the features and proportions, that kind of thing. So yeah, I learned a decent amount today, but realistically, if I'm going to be honest, it was not enough. I didn't do enough work today. That's a straight up fact. Maybe because I'm just coming off the massive day of work I had yesterday, maybe it's a bit of a relaxation day, which is fair enough, that's fine, But tonight, after I finish this recording, I'm going to write a little checklist of what I need to get done tomorrow. I'm going to gather reference as soon as I wake up, like I did this morning, and yeah, get going. I'm trying to think what I'd be inspired to learn right now, and I would probably just need to look at some art to be inspired to figure out what to learn. So I might do that tonight as well when I'm figuring out what to learn for tomorrow. Maybe I should gather my reference before I go to bed tonight. It is very late. It's 2 a.m, so technically it already is tomorrow. But that's irrelevant. And if you say that it is tomorrow, then fuck you. There's not really much more to say, to be honest. Other than the usual stuff. I think that my sci-fi knowledge is still subpar. I need to learn how to render sci-fi or just hard surface rendering in general. Definitely need to improve my shapes. I always want to improve my shapes. My shapes are very important to me. I love my shapes. I want to be able to... I just really want to delve into aesthetics and delve into almost like eye candy, right? Not in the way that a pervert would mean it, but in a way that, like, defines things as being nice to look at, right? That whole kind of concept of making something nice to look at is very important to me. Story is also important, don't get me wrong, but I like to start off with shapes and cool looking shapes, that kind of thing. Cool looking graphic read, cool looking value breakup, that kind of thing. And so maybe I'll do some of that tomorrow as well. That could be cool. I think what I will do tomorrow is study kind of like how to create just like image creation, how to create an image that looks good. And a part of that, obviously a massive part of that, is the initial shapes. So maybe I'll do like kind of like composition studies. Yeah, that should be Excuse me, it's late. That should be interesting. On top of that, there's not really much to talk about. I say that, but I'm still talking. Faces, I definitely need to get better at putting them on bodies. I'm just kind of like keeping them very separate right now, which is the wrong move. They need to be, I need to like stick dynamic head angles and stuff on bodies, on torsos, to kind of make the whole face painting thing even effective. So maybe tomorrow some like anatomy studies of the neck, like contorting the neck, that kind of thing, twisting it about, moving it. I've not actually studied anatomy in a while, so I might do some more anatomy study. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. On top of that, I do need to do lighting studies. Lighting is also a big area that I'm missing out on right now. I can light something very effectively, but not very efficiently, in the sense that I can make something look very well lit. Or can I? Am I just capping? I could just be capping. I'm good at form rendering, I know that, but actual lighting, various aspects of that need improving, as well as my brushwork. My shapes, my anatomy, my lighting, basically every single fucking fundamental of art needs improving. And like I said the other day, it always does come back to the fundamentals for me. I'm not sure why. Maybe I just need some more like kind of raw practice in that area, or in all those areas rather. And so tomorrow I think will be a volume day. Reps, lots and lots of reps. Speaking of reps, I hit a new PR on front squat. I got 80 kilos for 8, which is good for me, considering my PB is 105. 80 for 8 is like pretty damn good. And then I don't really do back down sets, but I did lower weights for like similar amount of reps. I got 75 for 7, and then 75 for 7, then 70. No, I got 70. I got 80 for 8, 70 for 7, 60 for 6. Actually, I have it on my notes. Let me just check one sec. Yes, I got 80 by 8. Oh yeah, 80 by 8, then 80 by 6, and then 70 by 7, and then I think I got 60 by 8. No, yeah. So yeah, decent. And I finished off the session with like a shit ton of Hindu squats, which were like amazing. Like if you can try and keep your upper body above your legs upright, and if you posterior pelvically tilt. Yeah, I think if you posterior pelvically tilt while doing the front squats, the Hindu squats, you can really get on your toes, really get into almost like a pseudo sissy squat position, right? And I'm definitely building towards like just a full no assistance sissy squat. The balance is coming. I'm not sure if you actually do you even need assistance for a sissy squat? There must be some people that can do sissy squats with no kind of external assistance or like balance help. So yeah, that's what I'm striving for. And yeah, my quads have just been feeling great. They've been growing, which is nice for once. They actually started growing. I've been doing calves every time I do legs as well, and they're believe it or not, my actual fucking calves are growing. That is like a sentence I never thought I'd say, because I have like skinny ass ankles and high calf insertion. But they're growing, they're coming. Yeah, life's hard for a long-limbed motherfucker, especially if you've got skinny wrists as well. Long limbs and skinny bones. The forearm genetics are not there, and neither are the biceps. Actually, no, my biceps are alright, but that's only because they have a peak, because they're so fucking short. I can fit like 5 whole fingers between the muscle belly and the actual elbow. The crook of the elbow. Very very peak. What else? Yeah. Like fundamentally, to learn, you have to push through hurdles. You have to have resilience. And to learn, you have to have even more resilience. So I'm trying to build up that resilience right now. And in order to like improve and strive, you need that kind of spirited, psyched up, kind of burning passion, sense for like industry, that kind of thing. That productive, conscientious, kind of perky, I guess, attitude. Resilience, number one. But raging ball of fire inside, number two. Those are two things you need. Because you can have a ball of fire, right? But if it's not if you're not waterproofed, it can get put out pretty easily. That's where the resilience comes in. That's the waterproofing. But yeah, that's probably about it for today. Have a good one, and try to get better at art, like I'm trying to.